Okay, today we are going to start with Unit 2, Wishful Thinking. As usual, we have, listen and discuss in the first lesson. Here, we want to have an idea about, the objectives of our lesson. The students will be able to understand what we mean by person's wish, using new expressions, recognize the correct false sentences, and answer the questions about, the article. Then we will use the wishes to form questions. Finally, we have ask and answer questions about wishes. Now, here we have questions. We are going to ask you these questions. Look here. Who can read the first question here?
Can I read?
read.
Read, yeah. Yes. Ibrahim. Anwar, sorry. Anwar.
Have you ever wanted to have more money?
Have you ever
I
wanted? Yes, I
my
have.
answer.
I think yes. Answer.
I wish I had
Most
more money.
good. Most of us, want to have a lot of money. Why? To make, for example, here we have, an answer to make my life easy. And look here. Now here we have a question. What is the question? What is the difference between a wish and hope? Wish and hope. Before we,
Can I answer?
yes, who can try?
Me?
Yes, Dia.
Okay. The difference between wish and hope. Wish is to wish to have something, and hope is to achieve
Is it
something.
is it possible to be achieved as a wish?
Yes.
I think it is
Uh,
difficult to be achieved. If you wish something,
Maybe.
it
maybe.
is, sometimes it will be impossible or difficult to be achieved. Hope, you know, I think it is,
Yeah.
it's a probably, happen, or it is not easy to be achieved, but, it might happen. Look at the definitions. Who can read the definition of, wish?
Can I?
Brahim Mansour. Wish is what?
Wish often refers to something that is not expected to happen.
Good. Refers to something that is not expected to happen. In other words, sometimes it is impossible or difficult to be achieved. Now, what about hope? Read, Adnan.
Indicates that the event might happen.
Good. Indicates that the event might happen. Look here, we have two examples. Who can read the example?
Can I read?
Ahmed Farani, read the first example. I wish.
Yes, mister.
Read
I
here.
wish I had a better job.
Good. I wish I had a better job. It means here you realize we use what? The simple past tense. I wish I had a better job. Just, it will be, let us say, difficult to have a better job. Look at the second example. Who can read it?
Can I read?
Let me choose. Yalla. Dia.
I hope I get the job I applied for last week.
It means that it might happen. It might you can get what? The job because you applied for it last week. So I hope I get the job I applied for. It may, happen. But, the first one, I think it is difficult to be achieved. Okay. Look at the title. This is, the title of our unit. Okay, read the definition. Adnan, read.
Okay. When you believe
Wishful
that
thinking.
Wishful thinking, when you believe that what you want to
When-
happen will happen, when in fact it is not possible.
Good. When you believe that what you want to happen will happen, when in fact it is not possible. Good. Okay. Now look at your books. Here we have, some people are talking about, their wishes. You will realize that their wishes are different from one to another. We are going to read about them. Then, to find the sentences that say that exactly what each person wishes. How many people are there? How many people are there?
6.
Yes, here we have 6 people that they are going to talk about their wishes. We are going to listen. Listen, just to share the audio. Maybe it is. Okay. Listen, please.
Unit 2, Wishful Thinking, pages 20 and 21. 1. Listen and discuss. What people are saying. Wishes vary from person to person. Find out how some of our readers answered the following questions.
If you could only take one thing with you to a desert island, what would you take?
I would take my cell phone. I'd be able to keep in touch with my family and friends around the world, and I wouldn't get lonely.
If you could be a historical figure, which would you be?
I'd like to be Omar bin Abdulaziz, a Muslim caliph. I would create one of the greatest empires with no poverty the world has ever known.
If you had a close encounter with an extraterrestrial, what question would you ask?
I'd ask if I could travel with the ET. I would like to find out about life in the universe.
If you could choose a place to live, which city or country would you choose?
If I could choose a place to live, I'd go to Hawaii. The weather's great the whole year round, and the surfing is fabulous.
If you could change your looks, what changes would you make?
Actually, I'm quite happy the way I am. I wouldn't make any changes.
If you could travel through time, would you go to the past or to the future?
I would go to the future to see what new technologies people will be using.
Okay, you realize that some of these wishes are impossible to be, achieved or to happen. Again, how many people are there? Here
I
we
can't
have,
answer.
yes, Malik. How
6.
many people? We have
6.
6. Yes, good. We have 6 people are talking about their wishes. Good. Now, look at the second question. Who can read?
Can I?
Who can read? Who can read? Adnan? Read
Yes.
about. Do all, the responses.
Do all responses seem to be plausible?
What do you think? Plausible means reasonable,
Believable. Yeah.
believable.
I think so, yes, they are.
Yes. Quite, it is what it is. Yes. Most of the responses are, reasonable and, believable. Good. Now, look here. We are going to ask about, the first 2 people, Saeed and Ahmed. How old is Saeed? How old is Saeed?
Do answer.
Ahmed Al-Hurani.
Yes, mister.
How old is Saeed?
Saeed is 23.
Good. He is 23. Good. Now what about the second question? Look at your screen. What does Saeed what does he choose? What does he choose?
Can I answer?
Can ask. What did he choose? What would
Can I
he
answer?
choose if he was taken to a desert? Yeah,
His cell phone.
good. He would take with him his cell phone. Why? To be, to be able to keep in touch or
Keep
to
in touch.
contact with his family. Good. Here. Now, what about the second person? How old is Ahmed?
Can I answer?
Let me choose Ibrahim Mansour. Ibrahim, how old is Ahmed?
is about 17.
Good. Ahmed is 17. Good. Now, what does Ahmed want to be? What does Ahmed want to be? Adnan?
Yes, Mister. What does Ahmed want to be? Ahmed wants to be a Muslim Caliph, Umar bin Abdul Aziz.
Good. He wants to be, like, Umar bin Abdul Aziz, a Muslim caliph. Now, why? Why would he want to be?
To complete?
Yes,
He
complete.
wants to create the greatest empire with no poverty.
Good. He wants to create one of the greatest empires with no poverty. What does it mean, no poverty? No poor people. No poor people. So this is about the first two people. Move to the next. Here we have Bob and Steve. Look at the first question. How old is Bob? How old is Bob?
Can I answer?
Yes, Anwar.
Bob is 16 years
Good.
old.
Bob is, 16 years old. Now, what would Bob like to find if he could travel with, Earth?
Can I answer?
Yes. If
He would continue.
Yes, he would like to find.
Find out about life in the universe.
Good. He would like to find out about life in the universe. And he wants to ask him. I'd ask, I would ask if I could travel with E.T., I would what? Like to find out about life in the universe. Good. Now what about, the next? How old is Steve? No,
I can't answer.
Yes. How old is Steve?
15. 15.
15
Years old.
yes. 15. Thank you. Now, how old is Steve? He is 15. Now, which place did Steve choose?
I can't answer.
Yeah, Mustafa, answer again. Which place?
He would go to Hawaii.
Good. He chose, going to Hawaii. If I could choose a place to live, I'd go to Hawaii. Why? Why did he choose, going to Hawaii?
Because it's great.
Yeah, Ibrahim Mansour.
Which place did Steve choose?
No,
Steve,
why?
Why?
Yes, why
because the weather's great the whole year around and the surfing
Good, because
is
the
fabulous.
weather. Good. Why would he go to Hawaii? Because the weather is great. Good, and the surfing is fabulous. Now here we have extraterrestrial. Extraterrestrial means a creature that people think may exist on another planet. Extraterrestrial. Okay. Now move to the next two people. Here we have
Can I
Hamid.
answer?
Yes. Look at the question. How old is Hamid?
Hamid 20 years old.
Good.
Oh, sorry.
He's 20
years old.
20 years old. Good. Now, would Hamid like to change in his life or himself?
I can't
Would
answer.
yes. Would he like to
he
change in his
He would
life?
make any chase.
Yes, he wouldn't make anything. He wouldn't make any changes. He wants to be as, the way he is. Good. How old, how old is Leonard? Ahmed Horani?
Yes, mister. He's 19.
Good, he's 19. Now, why did Leonard choose the future? Ali Ghidan, are you here? Why did he choose the future? I would go to the future. Why?
Can I answer?
Yes.
To see what new technologies.
Good. Thank you, Abdullah. Ali. To see what new technologies. Thank you. So this is about, the first part of our lesson. Now move to the second. Here we are going to look at the paragraph about, the most common wish. Listen, then we will ask you questions. A minute just to share this audio. If there is no voice, tell me. Listen.
I wish I could win a big prize. The King Faisal International Prize is awarded to individuals whose achievements benefit mankind across the globe. Sheikh Suleiman Al-Raji, a world-leading philanthropist, was awarded the 2012 Prize for Service to Islam, while Professor Adnan bin Muhammad Al-Wazan won the Prize for Islamic Studies. Professor Richard Berkowitz and James Bruce Bussell won the prize for medicine. The cash prize of 750,000 Saudi riyal, $200,000, was split between them. Professor Ali Hilmi Ahmad Musa and Dr. Nabil Ali Mohammed from Egypt shared the Arabic Language and Literature Prize, and Professor Alexander Varshavsky won the Science Prize. Laureates also receive a gold medallion and a handwritten certificate.
Okay. Now look at the first question. Who can read the first question?
Can I?
Can I, Mr.
يلا يا عبد الله فهد.
تمام. What's the name of the prize?
Good. What is the name of the prize? Look here.
King Faisal.
Good. King
Prize.
Faisal International Prize. Good. King Faisal International Prize. How many prizes are given?
Maybe.
Maybe 5, 4.
Yeah.
Dia. According to the
It's
passage.
about 4 or 5.
Yes, good. 5. Okay. Now, what kind of achievements are required for one to qualify? Now, if you want to
Can I solve?
Provide for, for the prize, what kind of achievements to be qualified? Adnan?
Achievements that benefit mankind across the globe.
Good. These are, the achievements that they are required if you want to apply for this prize, which means that it must be benefit to mankind across the globe. Good. which prize did Sheikh Sulaiman al-Rajhi win? Which prize did Sulaiman al-Rajhi win?
Can I answer?
Yes, yeah.
The King Faisal International Prize in 2012.
This is a prize. Yes, he was awarded the 2012 prize for service to Islam. Good. What does it mean, you know, philanthropist? Philanthropist. Who can read the meaning of, you know, philanthropist?
Can I read?
Can I answer?
Listen.
A rich person who gives a lot of money to help poor people.
Philanthropist is means a rich person who gives a lot of money to poor people. Good. Who was the winner in the field of Islamic studies? Hamza Sabbagh, are you here?
Yes, teacher, I'm here.
Who was the winner in the field of Islamic studies? According to the article.
Adnan bin Mahmoud.
Good. Adnan al-Wazan or bin Mahmoud al-Wazan won the prize for Islamic, you know, studies. Who won the prize in the field of medicine? Adnan?
Can I answer? Okay.
Yes.
Professor Richard Berkowitz and James Bruce Bussell.
Good. Good. James Bruce and the Prof. Richard, you know, Berkowitz. Who shared the Arabic language and literature prize? Here we have two Egyptian, you know, professors. Ahmed Harani, Prof. Ali
Yes,
Ahmed.
Mr. Professor Ali Hilmi Ahmed Musa and Dr. Nabil Ali Muhammad.
Good, thank you. Which prize did the Prof. Alexander, you know, Forshavsky get? Sorry. Which prize did he get? Alexander Forshavsky.
Can I answer?
Yes, Adnan.
The science prize.
Good. He won the science prize. Good. Look here we have, you know, just a revision, the field and the winner. As we said, here we have 5 prizes, 5 fields: service to Islam, the winner, Islamic studies, medicine, Arabic language and literature, science. You know, the first one was, you know, for Sulaiman al-Rajhi, the Islamic studies for Adnan al-Wazan, medicine, Prof. Richard Berkowitz and James Bussell, Arabic language and literature for 2, you know, professors, Ali Musa and Nabil Muhammad, and the science for what? Prof. Alexander Forshavsky. Okay, look at, you know, their pictures. This is, you know, Sulaiman al-Rajhi. This is al-Wazan. Look here. Adnan al-Wazan, Richard Berkowitz, and James, you know, Bruce Bussell, Prof. Ali Hilmi, and Nabil Muhammad, and the last one, Alexander Forshavsky. Okay. Right. Let's stop here. Okay. Go to your homework. We will continue tomorrow. Now go to your homework.